Hey everyone, James Niggemeyer here. Thank you for tuning back into the YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about braided line, pound tests, and the ones that I particularly use for swimming a jig, throwing a frog, and flipping. Really, I will use braided line for spinning gear, finesse type applications as well. But for this video, I want to just address, more of the heavy gear, more of the heavy cover, bigger bass, those types of application, power fishing type applications and techniques, and the size that I use and why. There's a school of thought out there that says utilize the heaviest gear and line that you can get away with without diminishing the number of bites that you're going to get when you're out there on the water. And I like that school of thought. I like that because you want as much of the upper hand in the fish battle as you can so that you can increase the hook to land ratio. So I'm all about that. But there's a law of diminishing returns where if you utilize heavier lines, bigger diameters, then you're going to sacrifice other things like casting distance, casting accuracy. And really, when it comes down to it, I just feel like there's a point where the diminishing returns actually fights against you. With that, let's get right into it. When it comes to braided line, I'll start with the heaviest stuff, what I would consider the reason or the place that you would utilize the heaviest stuff, and that would be for your flipping type applications. When you're flipping heavy grass, lily pads, reeds, all those matted type vegetation, punch in, that kind of stuff. A lot of guys will say, hey, I'll use 65, I'll use 80. And personally, I don't break 50. I don't feel like 50 is putting me in any type of position to where I am undergunned and my hook to land ratio is going to fall. Or let's face it, I just don't break 50 very often. I think that no matter what you utilize, there's going to be potential for failure. But with 50, I just feel like I can do everything that I could do with 65 or even 80. So I stick with 50 for sure because, man, it just does everything that I want it to do. And let me give you some of the reasons why I like 50. Number one, 50 is going to be a smaller diameter. I think 50 is kind of similar to, say, 20-pound test fluorocarbon. But because I'm using a smaller diameter in 50 over 65, I am actually getting to present my bait into areas and have less drag. So if it's going through reeds, so it's going through any type of vegetation or cover, and just the water, the friction of it going through the water is diminished because of the smaller diameter. So I like that aspect of it. I can get more of a free fall. I can get my bait to enter in untethered and get less of a pendulum effect. All those things matter a lot to me, and being able to present my bait in the most natural way possible, but then not sacrifice anything, because the stretch or the lack of stretch on 50 is the same as 65 and 80. I mean, if it isn't, it's half a percentage point, maybe a percentage point. It's really a non-factor for me. So, I mean, whether I'm flipping an ounce, ounce and a quarter, ounce and a half, or even up to 2 ounces, 50 is just generally good enough for me. If I break 50, it's like I flip into something heavy and I set the hook and my weight comes over my head and it goes past the boat and just keeps going. That's usually where I break 50. It's not on fish, it's not on heavy cover. I just generally don't break 50. And when I do get hung up, I mean, I can still straighten out my hook. So 50 works awesome for that, and I'm just going to echo that with my frog fishing. When it comes to my frog fishing, 50-pound test enables me to make really long casts, enables me to present my lure and place it right where I want it, and that goes with less friction through the line winder, less friction through the guides, less air friction, less hindrance as a whole. So 50-pound test, when a lot of guys are saying 65, honestly, it's really made me think maybe I should try 65, but I've fished 50 for years, And again, I don't know of a time when it's actually costed me a fish. So I think I'm going to stay with 50. I just think it does everything I want it to do. It serves me well. And then going lighter, swim jigs. Yes, I'm a fan of braided line and swim jigs. I think a lot of guys have, gone over to like fluorocarbon and they'll fish like 16 and 20 pound test fluorocarbon. But I have stuck with 30 pound test braided line because I like the no stretch factor. I like the fact that I can cast it a long ways. It doesn't seem to get tangled up or wind knots or backlash is nearly as bad. And at the end of the day, the less stretch, I can set the hook at the end of a long cast, even if the fish has me around cover. Got great hook penetration. Again, I think guys will go with 50, 40, or even 50 on their swim jigs, but I just don't see a reason for it. Personally, I don't think there is much of an upside when I increase my line size from those there. And I have logged, I don't know how many thousands of casts and how many hundreds of hours utilizing these pound tests, and they just serve me well. And when it's not broken, I don't fix it. I certainly appreciate everyone for tuning into this YouTube channel. If you got anything out of this video, please give me a thumbs up and drop a comment down below if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Maybe there's something you can help me think about or rethink when it comes to that. But been fishing braided line for a long time. I love braided line. If I could fish braid on everything, I would. So that if that gives you an understanding of how much I like to throw braid, or how much, if I can, I will. Also, go into my description section and check out, there's a link for my merch, Team Niggemeyer Fishing. I've got hats and shirts and decals and all that stuff. It's really one of the better ways to help support the channel. I mean, if you haven't already subscribed, we just hit over 9,000 subscribers. Thank all of you for subscribing. That's just amazing. It's been great, and I appreciate this community, and I appreciate the support. Lastly, there's a discount code for Amphibia Eye Gear if you're looking for a quality pair of floating sunglasses with ANSI rated lenses, so if something comes back at you and hits you in the eye, you don't damage your eyeballs. So check that out. Until next time, thanks for watching, and good fishing.